If you've spent the last few years decorating your home based on Pinterest boards from 2018, this one's for you. Some of these trends were everywhere. I've had them in my own house, unfortunately, but it's officially time to let them go. Just forget about them. And I'm going to tell you why with zero sugarcoating. Let's talk about the interior design trends that are quietly dragging your home down in 2025. Yes, even the expensive ones that you spent a lot of money on. Sorry to tell you. Actually, especially the expensive ones. Hey, I'm James from the Paint People, and I'm not here to judge in public, because I've made a few of these mistakes myself. In 2025, however, these are going to be the interior design trends that are quietly killing your home's vibe. And I'm all about vibes, so that's a big deal. Some of these might be a bit controversial, a few might be in your house right this second, but hey, mine too. So let's dive in right before this quick message from us. Are you looking for a full-service online color consultation? Check out the link below because we are offering a personalized color consultation service with Maria, our full-time consultant. You can have a back and forth communication to make sure you're picking the right colors for your space. Details are all below. Number 1, California shutters. California dreamin'. More like a nightmare, dude. Look, I get it, okay? They were expensive, they're custom fit, you feel obligated to keep them. I inherited them in my own home, in this house that I'm in right now, so believe me, I understand. But here's the thing, these shutters, they block so much light, even when they're fully opened. They technically tilt to let in light, but the directional shadows they create can sometimes be quite harsh. They visually weigh down the window. Plus, they're a pain to clean. And every single one of those little slats collects dust like it's trying to start a collection, like a weird dust mite collection. You know what's in dust, right? It's a lot of dead skin. Really gross. And I feel really bad for you if you have wooden ones, because when they break, that's kind of it. At least mine are vinyl, so they're a little more durable. But anyway you slice it, not really a huge fan. A nice alternative that I wish I had, zebra blinds. Or even simple roller shades. They're cleaner, they're sleeker, and they give you way more control over your natural light. They just feel more aligned with what people actually want in a space right now. Softness, flexibility, and low maintenance. You can have the windows completely open without having to open this giant blind that maybe can't even open because you have a couch in the way, but it's just a nightmare. So unless you're in California, let's get rid of these shutters. Number 2, giant bed frames. Why are they so big? Oversized headboards, bulky footboards, towering upholstered arches behind your bed. These were everywhere in the early 2020s. And they still are in a lot of mediocre hotels I've been in recently. While they can feel luxurious in photos and things like that, in real bedrooms, in real life, they eat up a lot of valuable visual space. They make small rooms feel a bit tighter, and the maintenance is no joke, especially if you opt for lighter colored fabric. Those are going to show every single smudge, dust, head stains, you know the ones. In 2025, sleeker is smarter, so consider using those more low-profile platforms, even floating frames or wood-paneled headboards that add some light warmth without taking over the room. Your room will feel airier, which is really nice, and your eyes, they'll thank you. Number 3, wall niches that don't serve a purpose. We all loved a good wall niche during the open concept area. Those little spots that you can display a vase, a sculpture, or that candle that was just a little too expensive to actually light and use. But this year, if it's not built to serve an actual function, it starts to look like wasted space, and that's because it is. A lot of older homes and even newer builds can sometimes have these awkward little cubbies that were probably meant to break up flat walls for some reason, and now they just feel dated. Unless you're styling them intentionally, they become magnets for clutter. You almost feel compelled to fill that little gap, even if it doesn't make any sense. If you're building or renovating, consider built-ins with storage or proper shelving with adjustable purposes, or better yet, just flatten it all out and then give yourself some valuable wall real estate for your gallery wall. Not sure about those either. Number 4, accent walls that don't make sense. Now this one hurts a bit because I love paint, obviously, but I also still like accent walls. But here's the truth about them. Not every room needs one. In fact, most rooms don't, especially if the wall you're choosing doesn't architecturally make sense. I'm talking about a random wall behind a TV that is just kind of off to the side, or a short hallway wall that doesn't carry the drama you think it does. Accent walls are supposed to create focus and balance, not just be there for the sake of being different. It's in the name, accent, something you want to accentuate or bring attention to. When accent walls are more intentional, that's when I enjoy them the most. So things like built-ins and cabinetry, while not walls, those are great places for accent colors, or even the fifth wall in an accent ceiling. Great option. This year's vibe is thoughtful color placement, not just different for different sake. And if you are married to the idea of an accent wall, try and pick one that's a square or at least a rectangle, not an oblong one that has weird bulkheads. Just looks a bit messy to me. Number 5, matching every metal finish. Ugh. Here's a spicy one. You don't need to match all your hardware. Maybe most of it, but not all of it. If you go way too matchy-matchy with your metals, it can in fact make your home feel like it was designed in a showroom and not actually lived in by real people. Designers used to preach consistency in finishes. Every knob, every finish, and the faucet had to be the same tone. But now, that kind of matchy-matchy styling can feel cold and overly curated. Plus, it's incredibly limiting when shopping for fixtures. But if you're able to mix finishes like brass and black, or chrome and bronze, it adds depth and personality. The trick is to repeat each finish in at least 2 places in the room so it feels intentional rather than chaotic. For example, a simple thing in my kitchen, I got good old brushed nickel knobs on all of my cabinets, but then my faucet has a little bit of brushed nickel but also matte black. So an accent faucet is usually a great place to switch things up, or you can sometimes switch things up upper and lower if you want, or on the island. Have at least a little bit of a method to your madness. Bonus tip. Speaking of matchy-matchy, matching furniture sets. Buying the whole showroom floor, bed frame, nightstands, and dresser all in the same finish used to feel like the grown-up choice. But it lacks soul. It flattens the personality of your room, and it screams starter apartment, even if you paid grown-up adult money for it. And times are tough these days. So here's an alternative. If you still want some easy consistency, you can shop from the same place, but just not have the exact same set. You can mix wood tones as well. You can add in a vintage piece here and there as a bit of an accent, and play with texture to make your room feel curated and collected rather than copy-pasted. Your bedroom doesn't need to match, okay? It just needs to match your vibe because that's your space after all. And that's it.